welcome to our podcast studio, Times Squared. It was great talking to Kate last
Yep.
2 weeks ago. So today I have Don Haines with me. This is, if you guys listened to our last episode with Kate Storm, this is her other half. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about fitness. We're going to talk about self-employment because you do HVAC and
Yes.
what else? Is it all HVAC?
I'm pretty much, I try to do 95% heating and air conditioning.
Okay.
If we have a good customer that wants some plumbing or whatever done, we'll do it. But I don't really promote that a whole lot.
Okay.
Straight HVAC. So all residential, some commercial, and we even get into a lot of restaurant work.
Okay.
So we'll do refrigeration systems.
Yeah.
We do a lot of stuff from McCleary's and Marco's and
Okay.
up in Carlisle, like a lot of places.
So how long? Let's start with the entrepreneur side. Like, what got you into that? Was it right out of like school? Did you go to? Give me the background of how Don got into HVAC.
So my dad was working in HVAC for a long time.
Okay.
So I started, before I joined the Army, I started like apprenticeship program for Psycho in Mount Joy. So I was working there and went in the Army. I was in there for 2 years and then did National Guard after that for 6.
You went military right after high school?
I did like a evening kind of apprenticeship.
Oh, cool.
At Mount Joy Psycho with my dad and a guy named Denny, and it was fun. It's where I learned to really kind of get into it. And then right after I graduated, because I went a delayed entry program in the military too.
Okay.
So I joined the military when I was 17.
I didn't even know you were in the military.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries. So 17, I did delayed entry, and as soon as I graduated, I shipped out. Never went overseas, just kind of did my training, and I was always available. But yeah, so
Military was like family,
Army.
like okay.
Oh,
So Army was someone else in?
yes.
Like, what made you choose like going to the Army?
structure?
Yeah,
Straight
let's
structure.
talk about that because I feel like we're going to dig into some good stuff.
Oh man, structure,
So-
man. So
Let's talk about Don as a teenager. Were you trouble? Like,
no, I was always good. I always stayed out of trouble.
Yeah.
Never been arrested. Never really got in trouble. I was always smarter than the other ones
Yeah.
that were getting in trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I never did.
so when you
wrong,
say
but
structure, you just felt like, man, I need
family,
somebody needs to.
family.
Okay.
Yeah, just family. I needed a good figure in my
Yeah.
life.
Well, dude, that's important to even know. Like at that age, like half the time these kids don't know what they need. You know what I mean? So we just do whatever, and you end up running around with the wrong people and get yourself in trouble. But to be that young and to realize, like, man, I need some structure.
Yeah.
And to take that path, man, that's huge. I love it.
I'd do it all over again if I could.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you change anything? No.
Loved it.
It was exactly what you needed.
Yeah. And I was a communication specialist.
Okay.
So went in, I was field artillery unit. So I was just running all the communications for our battalion.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the best thing about that like, how did you know, like, okay, military's going to give me structure? You just know, like from the movies and from the TV shows, or like,
No.
did you have somebody that was like,
Yeah, to get back to that, I had my grandfather.
Yeah.
All 3 of my uncles were military.
okay,
And so all 3 of my uncles were military. So I try to think of anybody else, but it was just big time hunter. I love hunting too. So we would always talk stories around the fire or in the camp, and I would just hear this.
Yeah.
'Cause I started hunting when I was 12. So I was hanging out with all the guys and all the dudes, and we were doing our thing, and that's where I started hearing stories.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that sounds what I need in my life. It just sounds like what I need.
it's a brotherhood, right? Like,
Yeah,
you
oh
just
my
get
gosh.
in there and you have, and those are guys. There's probably guys still that you
We
could reach out to. Like,
Yeah.
you have contacts. I mean, you guys are spread out, right? Not
Yeah.
everybody's like just from
because when
Central Pennsylvania.
when you go to your basic training, like you're just a conglomerate of people,
Yeah.
all races, all areas of the country.
And
It
you're
was
all
just
going through the same shit.
same shit.
Here we are.
And
We're
that's
all
where
equal, and yeah.
They break you down so hard and make you like the bottom you can possibly be in
Yeah.
that moment, just to build you back up and
Yeah.
make you stronger.
Yeah, and it works.
I loved it.
It works.
Loved it.
Dude, that's pretty cool. And just like that structure type thing. We have a lot of kids that'll come here to the Palmyra location to get the body fat, because before they're enlisting, whether it's Air Force, Army, Marines, I don't know who up in Harrisburg is sending them this way, but we're the only facility that they send people to get body fat done.
Wow.
Because we do it for free. And there's got to be other places that can do it, but somehow we got into that network where they're like, go to New York Fitness Palmyra, and they'll send them down here, and they just show up. I wish they would call and be like, hey, I'm coming, because sometimes there's not a trainer here to do it, and then real quick the front desk learns how to do a body fat analysis. But they'll send them down here. They just show up with their paperwork, and we weigh them in. Most of them already know their height. We check their body fat. We sign off their documents and shake their hand and say good luck, and we appreciate you. So it's pretty cool that we get to help out a little bit, and I get to talk to those kids. I'm like, why are you doing it? And they all have different stories. Some of it's like you're saying, structure. Yeah. It's the best avenue. A lot of it is family history that grandpa, their dad was military, so they're following the footsteps. But it's really cool to see those young kids making that commitment.
I love it.
And they're like, yeah, because I need this.
I would tell anybody to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fantastic. I really wish it was a program that every young male should have to do it for at least some kind of time.
Well, you know what? There's so many different types of programs, and I'm not going to say they're equivalent to like what our military is, but there is these guys that are putting together like these father and son, like I'm going to call them boot camps. And they'll take them, and they take like a father-son and go out in the woods for like however many days, and like you said, kind of tear them down. Like they'll do stuff together, and then they'll separate them, and they'll have the kids on one side, the fathers on the other side, and break them down on where they can be better, blah 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 blah, and then put them back together. And it sounds freaking amazing. So there is stuff out there. I don't know if there's any in Pennsylvania like that, but I know there's guys that are putting stuff together like that. I think it's awesome.
Anytime you can sit down and reflect and get in your own brain and really be quiet and really think about where you are and how I'm a big communicator. I love talking. Whenever a response to anything that's coming at me that's going to give me anxiety, I'm going to be really thoughtful about how I'm going to respond so I don't have to apologize about something.
Yeah, so you're a deep thinker then too, because you're like, okay, let me think about how I can.
Yeah.
Well, let's just go to leadership with that, because that's what makes good leaders, right? Is thinking before you talk, thinking of the outcomes and which way you're trying to, whether it's employees or it's relationship. So how many employees do you have working with you?
7. I'm the 8th one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I like how you said that.
Yeah, because I am an employee of my company, and you know what? Honestly, man, whenever I'm making a decision for the company, we talk. We have company meetings every 2 weeks, and we all talk about how we're going to transition through this beautiful thing that's becoming Haines Mechanical.
Well, and that I think probably goes back to your military, just being able to gel and communicate, whether it's a mission or whether it's a job or whatever you're doing. It's communication is everything.
It's huge.
Not only from like a business standpoint, but relationships. I would have never known that you're a communicator like you are, that you're telling me this, because when Kate's around, dude,
I can't get a word.
I was going to say, she's a communicator, brother. Like I can only imagine your guys' dynamic together. I think you guys make such a great couple. But you both have strong personalities.
Yeah.
Now that I'm sitting down with you and talking to you and learning more about you. Let's talk about how did you guys, so do you have were you married before?
I was.
Okay.
Yeah, I got married young. I got married when I was 20. I met her when I was 15, 16. So we were together like 19 years or whatever. I had my first son, my oldest son. Yes, my previous. I had my son LD with his mom.
Okay.
And we were together for a long time, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
a lot of times when you're young, like people change, right? And you're supposed to change. As we grow, like we're supposed to evolve and change. We're not going to be the same person at 50 years old as what I was when I was 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. We're going to change. So like as much as, no one gets married going into like one day I'm going to get divorced. But shit happens.
Dude, it was one of those things. Yeah, it was one of those things where I woke up one day and I was like, man, where the hell am I? What am I doing? Like I was messed up here.
Yeah.
And and I had to get out. I don't want to say I had to get out of the relationship, but I ruined that relationship not knowing who I was. Gotcha. So I went into therapy and did 5 years of therapy.
That's awesome.
To get myself square.
Yeah.
And to help me become the man that I am today.
Yeah. Well, dude, that's huge right there. Just because, well, one, we keep tapping into this communication thing. Like for you to sit down with a stranger and communicate that, like, no, again, Like, dude, you're a pretty smart dude because you know, like at a young age, you knew like military, I needed structure. Now you're saying like, hey, I need someone to sit down and counsel me.
Yeah.
Everybody can benefit from a counselor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to be like batshit crazy to go talk to a counselor. I think every human being should be able to sit down with somebody and just unload and let them help you just figure out.
The coolest thing about therapy is that they give you different thought processes that allows you to think through different problems that you're having.
So what do you mean different thought processes?
Well,
Like,
because if you don't have the thought process to change your thinking because you're always in a bad mood,
yeah,
they're able to help you change your thoughts on, hey, I need to think more positive. I need to be more positive so that I'm bringing that positivity into my life rather than always thinking negative, because
Yeah.
that's what you're going to bring.
Yeah.
If you've never seen the movie The Secret,
yeah,
huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that is exactly, I mean, that's all therapy and thinking through like life.
that makes so much sense because yeah, you have choices, right? You can
Yeah.
choose to be miserable and hating life, or I mean, let's just be honest. Nobody's life is easy. I don't give a shit. Everybody thinks, oh man, you're self-employed, you're a business, whatever. Like, it's a
It
freaking
ain't
nightmare,
easy.
bro. It's a nightmare. I just had a talk yesterday with my father and my mother-in-law, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm in between James, blah blah." I was like, "They're like, what would you be doing?" I was like, "Well, normally I'd be having a conversation with myself right now if you guys didn't call me, talking to myself, like, what are you doing?" You know what I mean?
It's a lot.
It is a lot. It is a lot. And then building a team, that's where I kind of get the enjoyment now, and that's what keeps me going is having the team. And I hate to even call them employees because, like you said, you're an employee too.
Yep.
So it's a team effort, however you want to look at it or how you want to spell it out or say it. That's what keeps me going is having the team. And I'm like, I got to keep this thing in motion. You know what I mean? And that's one of those shitty days where it's like you're losing your mind. It's like, okay, this is our purpose. We got to keep going.
Yeah.
HVAC, like we have big rents. That's my biggest stress is like just rents. Like HVAC, do you guys have like warehouses and stuff like that? Your overhead? Like,
No, we have Kate and I own a building up on West Bainbridge Street in E-Town
okay.
that I have an office in there.
Yeah.
And we have really good support in our suppliers. So we basically have everything delivered to our job sites.
That's awesome.
So I go out, look at the job, I order the material, Glenn helps out, but then we just, everything gets delivered and we don't have overhead in shops or anything like that.
That's awesome. So what would you say your biggest stressor is with the HVAC business? I don't know, what is it? What's your biggest stress?
My guys. I love my guys. I do. I love my guys. Couldn't do anything without them. But man, it's, I can't even say it's stress, but it's like someone's sick or, and you know what? No, even vans breaking down. It's just literally just management of schedule. I think I can't even say with my guys. My guys are awesome. I freaking love my dudes.
Yeah. They know what you're saying. They know what you're saying.
But it's basically managing the schedule because what we do, everything is an emergency.
Right.
So
they're either freezing or they're sweating their ass off.
Yep.
And you need to get there now.
Yep. Exactly. So we have on-call guys. We have an on-call schedule. We're answering phones and making sure we're getting to people.
So are you guys 24/7? Like, do you do emergencies? Yeah.
Yeah. We just had a guy out last night at 9:30.
Dude, just having guys that will do that. You know what I mean?
Well, we got to take care of them.
Yeah.
We have a good pay structure set up for them to go on call, dispatch fees, overtime pay, and just making sure that we're taking care of our customers.
That's awesome. I mean, it's like you said, it's a 12-month job. Like one part of the year, you guys are dealing with heat. The next part of the year, you're dealing with cold. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like we have. I actually just talked to my uncle does HVAC, so he does all my stuff. Thank God for him. He's a huge saver for me. So Monday they're coming. The back unit here, it's a 10-ton unit.
Okay.
On the roof here. We got a new one coming. It's here, so it's time to put
nice.
it on. So Monday they're coming to put it on, but just organizing the crane to lift the old one off, put the new one up, and then it's my uncle, so like he does a ton for me. He always goes the extra mile for me. So I'm up on the roof with him. I know more about HVAC than I ever cared to know. I'm enough to be dangerous. Let's just put it that way. But no, we're putting that on Monday. But yeah, he's like, he forgets it's even a holiday, like Christmas, our family getting together, and he's at a job site, like fixing some lady's heater because, she has no heat in her house.
Yep.
And my aunt will be like, well, he'll be here sooner or later. He's doing a job. I'm like, she's like, he forgot it was even Christmas.
2 or 3 Christmas Eves ago, I gave all my guys off, not thinking, and it turned out to be one of the coldest days that year. I worked 12 hours that day because I gave all my guys off. And I'm like, I'm not calling them back into work. I'm going to take care of
It's a
myself.
holiday. That's awesome. Well, dude, right there, that just shows the type of person you are. How long have you been in business now?
19 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. So we're neck and neck right there. 2004 is when I did 2004 was the Harrisburg, New York Fitness, which people only know it was there because I was there for 11 months and sold it because I wanted to get back to the Lebanon location that the last owners ran into the ground. And all those members kind of got screwed because that owner messed up. So I went back down there after 11 months in Harrisburg. So that was 2005. So yeah, a little bit over 20 years. Dude, that's awesome. There's not a lot of businesses that stay alive for 20 years. So,
I mean, it's easier for me in some aspects, but I kind of like shafted my way through it for a lot of years.
What does that mean?
Not really knowing. I wasn't really fully committed to the business. I was just kind of running things and kind of doing what I felt like doing in the moment.
Yeah, so just enough to make money, to get by, to pay the bills.
Yep.
Not building an actual business.
Yeah.
What changed that? Where did? Yeah.
Glad you asked that because I was going. My son.
What?
My son. Yep. So he turned. He graduated early. So he graduated. He was 17, and he said, "Dad, I want to work for the business. I want to take it over someday." And I'm like, "Well, shit. We better get real. Got to get real right now." So right away, I just started the growth process. Yeah. I went from 4 employees. Now we're at 8. We bought 4 more trucks, and he's working full time for us.
That's awesome.
And he loves it, and he's so good. He's just such a good kid. 19 years old, just bought his first house.
Dude, that's amazing.
So
that's good.
Love the kid.
So did he have to do, like, we got like Stevens Tech and all that stuff to do HVAC? Did he just come underneath your wings and you taught him everything, or do you have to go to school? Does it benefit going to school, or should you just get into a company that's a good company and learn?
For someone that doesn't have a background like LD does in me, it's not going to benefit him to go to school.
Right.
We're
That's what I figured. It's a waste of time.
Yeah, he worked with me starting 14, couple weeks during the summer, learned a little bit of stuff, realized he really liked it, and then just going full bore. He got his refrigerant license on his own, just taking classes at home after he's done working.
Yeah.
And so now he's all HVAC certified. And now what we do is we send all of our guys for training throughout the year.
Okay.
To our supply houses and different things that I think they need help on.
Yeah.
So it's just
because shit changes, right?
Yep.
Like you guys got new coolant,
new refrigerant. Yep. We have all new EcoNet thermostats with all the inverter systems now coming out. So it's all training.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love what I do, man.
It's obviously with AI and everything coming on, everybody knows, oh my God, like computers can do like HVAC. There's not a robot going up on a roof or doing that stuff.
You can chat GPT
right
how I'm going to fix my flame sensor.
Yeah.
And it might be able to help you through that.
Yeah.
Probably. But just
it's not the same.
Don't blow your house up.
Yeah. Well, and we really don't want robots doing everything, you know what I mean? Because then they'll take over us, and it's a scary thought. Like if you look at some of those movies that are out there about robots, it gets scary. So anybody that's looking to do like a trade like that, probably the best thing is getting into a company that's a decent company and just seeing if you really like it.
Well, the degree from a Stevens Tech or whatever will get you more money starting.
Okay.
A little, and it'll get you some training, but that training's not going to give you what you need.
Yeah, but you're also paying for that, right? And I'm not trying to knock trade schools at all by any means, but I have one of my good friends, they do all like the new schools, electrician, but his company, even if you go to Stevens Tech or whatever, got your whatever in electrical, you still have to go through their program. So he's like, it's honestly like they don't need to do that because we're going to put them through our program. They just come to us, start as labor, whatever, and then go through our training. Because even I don't care if they come through out of school with a certificate or not, they have to graduate our program.
One thing I can tell you is that I've hired quite a few young guys out of school, and they what's the word I'm looking for? The experience my son has learning with me is far greater than what they come out knowing of school.
Yeah. Well,
So
I think that's a given in most things. You get hands-on experience.
it's way better.
You're not going to learn that on a computer or reading a book. You're just not going to learn it. You know what I mean? It's like you said, it's just getting your hands dirty. So let's talk about. So you were previously married. You have one son.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where did Kate come into this picture? You got divorced. Did you have the business going already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I started the business in 06 and I met Kate in 2018, 19, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And
how'd you guys meet?
real estate deal.
Yeah.
Because I'm an investor.
Yep.
And she called my partner and said, "Hey man, just looking to get connected with a couple investors or whatever." And he was in Vegas. And he's like, "Hey, I want you to go check out this house." I'm too busy running Haines Mechanical. He's like, "Trust me, you want to go look at this."
I love this.
I love this. So I go out and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I had to tuck my shirt in, put my hat on, cover my bushy hair, whatever. And I'll tell you, the moment I met her,
you knew.
I knew that was a girl that I would want to be with.
Yeah.
And I saw she was married. She had a wedding ring on, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah.
So we did some real estate deals together, and I called my buddy at one time after a deal, and because we showed up at a place in Middletown, and she was just smoking hot. I was like, oh my gosh! And I didn't think she could see that I was looking at her, but apparently I was looking at her pretty good.
Yeah.
And I called my buddy right after I left that job, and I was like, dude, I can't work with her anymore. I refuse to work with her anymore.
Yeah.
Because I feel a draw, and I don't want to be that guy.
You want to stay professional.
Yep. And that's exactly. So a year and a half goes by, and I didn't talk to her at all. She would text or whatever, and I was like, nope, I don't need any coffee. And just one day she texted me and said, hey, I'm separated from my husband.
Yeah.
I'm like, game on, let's go.
So she felt the same way, pretty much. You know what I mean? And I think I don't know. We just had this conversation this morning. Well, I had this conversation with my my barbershop manager this morning. Kind of what we're talking about with relationships, and he asked me, how do you know? I was like, dude, I think guys are different. Like when and women out there are going to be pissed. We fall in love with our eyes at first. And my wife argues with me to this day. You did not love me the first day you met me. And I was like, I did. And she's like, there's no way in hell. You did. No, you loved the idea of me. You didn't love, and she's right too, because she's talking about really knowing a person, getting to know their soul and their mind and everything. I said, I get it. I said, but I just think guys fall in love different than girls.
It's crazy. I gave her a hug, because I'm just that guy. I'm a hugger, man.
Yeah.
And I hugged her, and this freaking electricity,
literally
shot from my foot out my head, and I just felt it. I'm like, that girl right there, bro.
I love
this. Oh my gosh. And I just knew that was it.
So when you got out of your first relationship, I think most of us say this, I'm never doing that again. I'm never going to get married.
I said that.
Yeah, I think we all said it, right? Like if you've been through it, never doing it again. And then you meet someone and you're like, you know what? Throw that shit out the window. I'm going to actually do this again.
I spent 8 years single.
Yeah.
Just doing my thing, whatever I wanted to do. And met her, and I was like, yeah, I would definitely do that again.
Yeah. So you met Kate. Did you know that she was into fitness? Like, were you into fitness before you met her? I mean, I know you were in the military, and obviously you guys did stuff like that, but were you into like going to the gym and working out?
No.
Or where did that come from?
I was on and off. I was on and off a lot through working out. But when I met her, that was my off period. I was not in a good way when I met her.
Okay.
Mentally, I was not in a good way.
Yeah.
Still doing like some therapy stuff and whatever, but I didn't know. I know the first time that like I rubbed my hand on her leg, I was like, I'm not good enough for this girl. Her leg was just like
jacked.
I'm like, I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? Never felt that before. And I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be with this girl, I need to figure something out.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it was. And I did watch the podcast that you guys did.
Yeah.
And she talked about this military training I put her through, and she smashed it.
Yeah.
I was like, you're
like,
tired.
Oh, shit.
She's like, come on, let's go for a 2-mile run.
Yeah. She's like, that's all you got? That's all you got? Come on, Don.
Yeah.
So what was the first workout? Like she did that with you, at home or
I did that
gym?
with her in our house now. I put her through the military workout in our living room.
Yeah.
And then
she said, now come to the gym with me.
Yes, exactly what she said.
I knew it.
Yep.
And how'd that go?
I don't remember that very first workout. But I do remember that the first time I did walking lunges, I felt like my ass cheeks were going to blow off the next day.
Yeah, dude, they're tough.
There's no joke.
One of the best leg exercises there is walking lunges, man.
Nothing gets it like that.
Yep, glutes. Yeah, sitting down, you did them. But now you guys train regularly, right? So,
Yeah.
like, give me like a week of what it's like, your guys' fitness routine, like what's, and then tell me also how has it made a difference in your entrepreneurship?
I'll tell you, we probably work out 5 to 6 days a week. I need to. I feel like I'm a little stale right now, honestly. I feel like I'm not working hard enough. I think I'm like doing the motions
Getting
now.
comfortable.
Yep.
Yep.
And I need to find something else. I don't know if it's a guy that
Yep.
I need to work out with. Maybe find a
Dude, go
workout
through an
partner.
assessment. Go through an assessment. Hell, Marty's not out there anymore. You got Alexis and Shannon. Let them take you through an assessment on the gym, and they'll show you a couple new exercises, and they'll relight the fire.
Yeah.
Just go through an assessment.
Yeah. Dude, I got so many cool things going on this year. So I have a lot of good things that I'm really happy in my life. My life really, I don't know if it could be better, honestly. I love my freaking life.
Yeah.
But if I'm faulting anywhere, it's going to be my fitness right now.
Yeah. I think that we all have different periods of our life where we get comfortable. You know what I mean? And I'm sure everybody's life is different. I can tell you that, like, I worked my ass off to build these gyms, and once we had 3 gyms running and they were running good, I'll never do this again. I sat back and I was like, oh, we made it. I'll never forget it, man. I remember having that feeling like I made it. The gyms are successful, bills are paid, everything's good. And I sat back and got comfortable. And guess what happens when you don't have your foot on the gas pedal?
Things fall apart.
Yeah, you start coasting backwards, and that's not just business. That's in your fitness. That's in your relationship. That's in your nutrition. You know what I mean? It's everything. So, like, a lot of people, we work hard to get something, and even like we talk about relationships. Like when we first met our current wives, you're like all in. Like, hey,
yeah.
Here's flowers, here's this, here's that, right? And then you start getting comfortable and you just take each other for granted. And it's both sides. So just to kind of like sit, like you said earlier, to get in your head and think about, like, man, where am I comfortable at in my life right now? Because wherever that is, you need to do something to change it. Whether it's your relationship that you're just taking for granted, we're married 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, whatever. Your workouts, you're like, I go to the gym, I'm going through the motions. You got to do something to get uncomfortable.
See, you know what? Now you're saying that. I am an all-in kind of guy. So 5 years ago, I was all in 100% on my band. Like, we were growing that. It was so much fun, blah, blah, blah. And then actually it was Kate, and I'm still all in with Kate. Obviously, we do everything together. We talk all the time. We're great. But then the band went in. Now I'm full on Haines Mechanical.
Yeah. So
other things kind of start to fall back behind a little bit. And that's where the fitness is for me now. So you're right. I got to get that spark back in there and turn.
The whole reason that I put this thing together is I was like, how can we? So the biggest thing in fitness industry is people are scared to come through that door. They're scared to come to the gym because they think everybody looks like Arnold and Barbie. And there's no person that's out of shape. Everybody's perfect. And they're scared to death. Even my best friends growing up, they were like, I got to get in shape before I come to the gym. I'm like, what? I always say the same thing. I'm like, you don't wash your car before you take it to the car wash. It's like, you get in shape at the gym. And they're like, no, I'm like, dude, trust me. When you come in, you're going to see the same people you see at the grocery store. Those are the same people you're going to see in the gym.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's all walks of life. So the reason we started this podcast is to shed light on our members. And the only people that are ever on this podcast are members, because I want people to, outside our doors, hopefully listen to this and say, oh, I can relate to Don, or I can relate to Kate, or I can relate, somehow we all have something in common. It's a matter of finding out what we have in common.
Yep.
And the biggest thing is there is no true balance. So the time squared, there's no balancing your day, your week, your year, or your life. Hopefully by the time we reach the end, there's somewhat of a balance. Like, we spent so much time with our kids, we spent so much time with our wife, we spent so much time with business that we can balance it all in the end. But as we live this life, there's no balance in it. You cannot put 100% into your band or your business or your fitness. You got to pick where you need to focus on now. So if it's business is struggling, the guys are struggling, they need my help, I need to work with them more often. If it's fitness, man, I need to put more focus on my fitness. Because let's just be honest, like, people that don't do fitness don't realize this, but fitness is like the foundation for, you got to take care of yourself. It's the old saying of the plane's going down, you know what I mean? You got to put your mask on first. You got to take care of yourself, or you're not going to be there for your son. You're not going to be there for your wife. And you're not going to be there for your family. So you got to put yourself first. And sometimes fitness does fall aside because you got so much other things in your life going on.
I'm still doing the work every day.
Yeah.
Dude, my biggest thing is I love sweets. My gosh, that is my downfall so bad.
What's your go-to sweet?
Used to be ice cream for a long time, but I actually got out of that.
Okay.
Now it's literally anything that has sugar in it that's in the house. The kids are supposed to be eating, and I'm sneaking it. It's
I
so
love it.
bad,
I love
dude.
it, dude. And that's. I always say this is a full-time job. Eating is a full-time job. When you wake up, we need to fuel ourselves. So that's something that we have to manage every day, right? So it's making the right choices, and really just gotta look, is this going to benefit me to put this in my body? And I was really never a sweets guy, and I don't know what the hell's going on right now, but my wife bought like 4 boxes of Girl Scout cookies. I can't stop eating these things. And I'm telling her, like, get them out of the house. Like, I just want to eat them so they're gone because I know that there's no more.
Then you get a fresh start.
So, like she said the other night, she's like, I was like, look, you got to get these cookies out of this house. And she's like, what? She was, I didn't even have one. I'm like, no, but I had 3. And I was like, I just want to eat them all so they're gone so I don't have to deal with them anymore.
Yep.
And that's why most of the time we don't even buy the stuff, because if it's not in the house,
I won't eat it.
then you won't eat it. But if it's in the house, and I don't know what's going on, like maybe as I age, I don't know. But yeah, sweets are, I think, a lot of people's problems.
I mean, I have so much control in my life with everything else. I can control a lot in my life. And I tell myself while I'm walking to the pantry, I'm like, you don't need this.
Yep.
And then the gate opens.
Yep.
I'm like, you don't need this. And then there's this package for the Rice Krispie treat that's opening, and there it's in my mouth. I'm like,
so dude, I even did this. Now the weather's changing a little bit. So the last 2 days when I get home, I'm like, I'm just gonna take my shirt off. I'm in the house, take my shirt off. Because I'm like, I can't find, they're there, but I don't see them like I used to, the abs.
Yep.
So I'm like, well, maybe if you fat ass, you just walk around the house with your shirt off, you'll stop eating those damn Girl Scout cookies. And you know what? I didn't eat one last night.
good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So just take your shirt off, and just every time you think about, just look at your gut and be like, you know what? Nope, you don't need it.
See, there's so many things. Like, I go through times where I'm like, I'm so good. And then you just fall off.
Yeah.
And you're good. Then you fall off. So I don't know. It's a balance. Exactly what you're talking about.
So do you guys, let's keep on the nutrition side. So do you guys, I mean, other than the sweets being a weakness, do you guys like pay attention to like making sure you're getting like protein?
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah. Kate is so good for me when it comes to food, dude. She takes care of me so well. She makes high protein snacks. She makes high protein everything.
Oh yeah.
So she's a stickler now when it comes to food, that it's just really good.
So who cooks? Do either one of you enjoy cooking?
Oh man, not really.
Yeah.
I think we cook out of necessity.
Yeah.
And we probably would never cook if we didn't have kids in the house.
Just
We would just always just like,
eat
and
out.
that, yeah. And that we're social people. So we love going out. We love going and having one drink or 10 or whatever it is.
I'm with you.
And then, I mean, but she's so good. She always gets the grocery stuff, and she always makes sure that there's a good, healthy food.
Yeah.
Always fresh fruit, always fresh bananas, everything in the house that is the right thing to eat is there.
That makes a big difference. That makes a big difference. Because if you have, even her kids are working out, right?
Oh, yeah.
So like that's huge to have under one roof, like everybody kind of on the same page, like we're trying to be healthy. Because if it's a husband and wife and one or the other is starting his fitness journey and the other one is not, it's not going to be successful.
Tougher.
It's not going to be successful. Most of the time, it's not going to be successful. I shouldn't say it can't be, but it's going to be very difficult when one half is saying, let's get McDonald's and pizza and this and that, and the other half is saying, let's do like a chicken salad and this and that. It's hard. It's hard to have that.
Yeah.
So you're really lucky that you both are kind of on that healthy living kick.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm lucky. My wife she's a great cook, but what we found over the years is that she'll order that. There's so many different ones out there, like the HelloFresh or whatever. So the ingredients comes, and we should probably get a kickback for this guy. I think I talked about this before, Alex. Everything comes, and the directions are there, and everything's good. Like there's no extras. You know what I mean? Like when you go to the grocery store and you're like, oh, I'm going to make this recipe. You buy the spice. This is what I don't know. This is what my wife told me. You buy the spices. You buy this. You buy that, and you use it one time, and then you never use it again.
Yeah.
When these kits come, everything comes to the portions that you need, and there's no waste, and it's healthy, and it just makes it easy.
We really tried all of those. And then we find that we don't even cook it sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, my wife's a stickler, I think, because like she's paying for it. So she's like, we're not wasting this. Like we're
Yeah.
cooking it. And she even tells me, she's like, Lon, it's so easy. There's directions. I don't like directions. So I'm like, I don't know how to make this. She's like, it says step 1, step 2, step 3. I was like, I can't cook.
I got to put on my glasses. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, I'll just wait till you're done. You do it so good. But nutrition is the full-time job. And I think that that's the hardest thing that people struggle with.
Yeah.
And I think that, we're in such a high pace lifestyle, especially when you got kids. You guys got kids that are wrestling and this and that. You got sports and this and that. And you got your job and you guys are 24/7. Sometimes it's just, if you don't make a plan, it's easy to really mess it up and say, you know what, just grab something easy.
And Kate's really good at that, man. Like I said, she does. She goes over there and she cooks. She does what she has to. And she just is very good at making sure food's there for us.
Yeah. How long you guys been together?
8 years now.
Congratulations.
Yeah, married.
That's awesome.
Married 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's go back to that a little bit, because coming into a relationship, because I know that this is, statistics are there's more divorced families out there than there isn't. Coming into a relationship where there's kids involved, was that ever a difficult thing? Or because I come from a divorced family, and I know how I treated my stepdad, and I know how I don't really treat my stepmom bad, but my stepdad was pretty much a dick sometimes too.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I apologized to him when I grew up, but is that ever, and if you don't want to talk about it, you don't have to talk about it, but I think that people deal with this, and I think it's important just to shed light that it can be done.
I will shed light on this all day long, man. I love this topic because my ex-wife and I made a pact in our separation that our boy would never be used as a pawn or anything to make our lives better or whatever. And her and I have co-parented so well together that my boy is good. One of the biggest self-worth that I feel right now in my life is that I don't have to worry about my boy.
I love it.
He's square.
Yeah, I love it.
So and honestly, that's how Kate and I really started connecting after the whole separation thing, is I was helping mentor her through and say, this is very possible. I just got goosebumps, dude, thinking about it.
Yeah.
This is possible to have kids be okay through a separated family.
Right.
And it's good.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, her and Ryan, her ex-husband, I mean, they are very good at co-parenting together.
Yeah.
They talk well. The kids are good. It works.
Well, the key is what you said. So many people that do it wrong, and they use the kids as a pawn to hurt the other one. And we're all freaking adults. You're not really hurting the adult. The kid's the one that's getting the shaft. You know what I mean? And they're in the middle of this shit show, and it's just not fair to them.
It's 100% selfishness on the parents.
I agree.
It's all it is. It's selfishness.
Yeah, I agree. We actually just sat down with my ex-wife. My first marriage, I was married for 10 years. We will sit, my daughter's now 21, but not too long ago, she's like, Dad, I'm an adult. I said, it don't matter. As long as I'm breathing, I'm still your father.
Yep.
We're going to sit down. So her mother came out to my house, sat down with my wife, my ex, and my daughter, and me, all sat down at the dinner table and had a family talk.
That's fantastic.
So I think it can be done. Is it easy right away? No. You know what I mean? When you first change that dynamic, there's going to be some bumps in the road. It's not going to go right from marriage to divorce to everybody's happy.
It's hurt feelings you got to go over. It's forgiveness.
Yeah.
It's
I think the counseling is we did some counseling because I want to make sure my daughter was all right when we were going through this. So we did some counseling as a family, and then I just think that that's the only way to do it, is to make sure that you're watching out for the kids. The only I can say is, coming from a divorced family, it made me a tougher kid.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that makes sense, but it just toughened me up. That I think I was more independent because my family was split. And all my friends come from divorced families.
You know, I like that. I didn't go through a divorced family, but I had to be very independent because of my upbringing.
Okay.
So it really, I had to grow up very quickly.
Yeah.
My mom and dad were always together, but I had to grow up very quickly with my upbringing.
Yeah. You have siblings? Yeah. You have siblings? Yeah.
I have an older brother, younger brother. My older brother works for us, with us.
Oh, cool.
Love it. And my younger brother, I mean, he finally made it through some really dark times, and him and I started chatting again.
Cool.
So family's looking good.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. No, it's all about the kids and just making sure they're comfortable, knowing that They just get more Christmas presents now.
You know, the biggest thing is just making sure the kids know that they're loved, man.
Yeah.
And if you're using them as a pawn,
Yeah.
that's not love.
Well, and the kids will also try to use the parents as a pawn. Like, you know what I mean? They'll try to.
Oh, 100%.
They'll try to say one thing over here and another thing over here. And then when the parents connect, it's impossible for the kids to play that game.
That's just, yeah, if you have that communication, the dynamic between the two parents, you can't hide anything. You're like, you're playing me right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
You're screwed, kid. You're screwed. So what are you, your business is doing good. Everything's good. You're comfortable. The fitness thing. So what do you think you need to change with the fitness? Is it just that you go in and do the same exercises?
No, I'm always doing different exercises. But
Kate's always coming up with,
yeah,
I see her doing all kinds of crazy shit. She posts, and she when we had the podcast with her, she was saying she's always, you know, creating new things and different dynamics.
I think my biggest thing is I just don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
So I would love to lift heavier and try to grow more mass and be bigger, but I'm just.
Well, how old are you?
48, just 49 today.
Okay.
Today's my birthday. I just turned 49.
Yeah, it's a different ball game when we get into around the 50 years of age. And I can give advice as far as you mentioned about going heavier. You don't always have to go heavier. You can just go slower. So you can make 50 pounds feel like 100 pounds by just going twice as slow. So slowing it down.
Huh.
I'll do a lot of like 6 counts with guys that are like, hey, I want to go heavier. I'm like, well, let's see if we can do this with a 6 count. So whatever weight it is or whatever movement, I'm just going to use chest press, but it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's time under tension. You're just putting more resistance in each fiber because you're slowing it down. So it's going to make it hurt more and it's going to feel heavier. And then the other thing people do is they'll always start with their bigger, like squats, right? So it's just any kind of squat. I don't care if you're doing free weight squats or machine squats. They'll start with that because guys, we have this mentality of this, we all have this little ego inside of us. And like, okay, I squatted 135 or 225, whatever it is. I want to be able to do that. And if I don't do it first, I'm not going to be able to do that. If I do it last, I'm not doing the same. And they think mentally, they're thinking, I'm not getting as much out of this because it's not as heavy. I'm not lifting as heavy. I'll do exactly the opposite of everybody. I put them through the leg extension, the leg curls, calf raise. I do the whole leg, everything for legs, and I save squats for last because now your legs are fatigued. So you don't need to go to 315 pounds to destroy them. You can destroy them with, 135 and go on slow.
Yeah.
So it's not always about the pounds. The only thing that knows that number is your brain. Your arms, your legs, whatever it is, they just know, is this easy or is this hard? So don't get too stuck on like the pounds. Think about how can I make this harder? And sometimes doing the bigger movements last will make it harder, and definitely slowing things down is going to make it harder.
As I'm sitting here thinking, I think I just actually came to a realization here, even just our conversation, that I'm putting junk in my body.
Yeah.
So why should I work out that hard at the gym? I mean, it's weird how my brain is kind of happening. So, and I think I'm dealing with some of that personal issues, that personal argument with myself.
Yeah.
With I'm putting bad stuff in. I just need to figure that out, man.
Yeah.
I just need to figure out.
Well, you don't want to put shit gas in a race car, right?
Yeah. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm a stud and I'm eating junk.
Yeah. I freaking love that. Go home, take your shirt off, look in the mirror, just walk around the house with your shirt on. This is a freaking race car. Stop putting those cookies in there, man.
Dude, I love that. You know what? I think this might actually give me some fuel to maybe just be better with my food intake. It has to be. Because Kate says that to me. She's like, I don't even see you eating anything bad. I'm like, I'll sneak that shit.
Sneak that shit because you're not proud of it.
Exactly. Yeah. So anytime you're doing anything that you're
you gotta hide.
Yes, your subconscious will beat you up and bring down your entire being will start to falter.
Yeah.
Because you're not happy with yourself.
You're beating yourself up inside. People don't know it, but like
you are. You don't even know
you
it.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
Why did you eat that?
I don't say it to myself anymore, but my inside brain is like saying,
well, and we like you said, you're going to the pantry, so we got like good. You got the good guy on one shoulder and the bad guy on the other shoulder, and this guy say, hey, you don't need that. You're like, just do it, man. You went to the gym today. Do it.
I went to the gym today. I can do what I want.
Yeah.
That's not the case anymore when you get up above that threshold.
Dude, it's different. Yeah,
everything's
it's different. I tell everybody like I look at the decades. Like in my 20s, it was this way. In my 30s, it was this way. In my 40s, it was this way. Now I'm in my 50s. we just went and looked at a 55 and older community.
Oh shit.
My friend's like, "You're not 55 yet." I'm like, "I know, but I'm thinking about it. I'm almost 55. Like I'm thinking about it, man. That may be your life. No mowing grass, no nothing."
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So, but yeah, you just got to roll with the punches, like they say. Every decade's different, and just know that one, as we age, you do want to stay safe. You don't want to get hurt because one, this is medicine, and we want to be able to continue to do this the rest of our life. We have guys out here that, hell, Nate, that's out here. He just turned 89.
Oh man.
I have another guy, Gino, in the morning. He just turned 80. I tried to get him on the podcast. He's like, I don't have that much to talk about. I'm like, bro, you're 80 years old. You definitely have shit to talk about, man. You just don't want to talk about it. But no, we got, guys in their 80s and their 90s that are still exercising. So one, it's never too late. And two, you just got to change your routine just to keep it safe. And and a lot of us guys, it's the male ego. And we're like, gotta lift this much weight. You know what I mean?
I don't even know that I'm stuck on weight or whatever. I don't even know. I know I don't have an ego. I don't think, for the most part.
No, it's good.
I drive. I mean, the truck I drive.
Well, it's not even an ego like that. It's a matter of worrying about the pounds. Like when it comes to what dumbbells you're grabbing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can make anything. Like I'm on a cruise ship. I think the heaviest they have is like 50-pound dumbbells. I can make those 50s feel like hundreds by just going slow and making it harder. You know what I mean? Or doing push-ups first, then grab the dumbbells. Now do them. You know what I mean? It's all like exhausting the muscle so that lighter weight feels heavier. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But no, definitely, dude. Like I'll come out and train with you a couple times. That'd be fun.
Shit, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
I would love it.
Anything you want? I have one more question for you. And I don't know how long we've been on here. Yeah, we can sit here and do this all day. Yeah, I'm like, this is good. We could keep talking about everything. One, I love that I'm gotten to learn more about you because I know Kate a little bit more than I've known you just because of her being in the gym and she's helped out with that location out there with training some clients and stuff. Anything you want to add about life that you'd like to give advice for?
Yes. I think the biggest thing, how I live my life is I will never be the guy that says, I wish I would have done that. Will never be that guy. So if there's something I want to do, something I want to obtain, something I want to live, I make sure it happens.
Where does that come from?
It just comes from, I think, just people saying, like, knowing people that are going through like a cancer or going through something that their life is coming to an end. That the money is not, they ever say, well, I'm glad I worked that hard.
Right.
They always say, I'm glad I went to Aruba, or I'm glad.
It's memories. It's making memories, right? It's making memories. And I think you nailed it because I always look at it like this when we talk about balance in your life, this and that. But when you're on your deathbed, you're on your last leg, whatever it is, however you want to look at it, you don't want to have any regrets that you're like, man, I wish I would have done that business, or I wish I would have took that trip. Or I wish I would have asked that girl on a date. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably, I can't speak because I'm not there, but I know if you think about being in that position, it's got to be the worst because now you're out of time and you can't do it.
One thing you'll never, ever be able to buy is time.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yep.
So I try to live my life happy. I try to live my life with no regrets. I try to live my life with purpose. Yeah. Because I work hard. Yeah. And I got to tell you.
Well, that's not an easy job. Yeah.
I freaking play hard.
Yeah. Me too.
I freaking love playing hard.
we got to get together outside of these gyms. So we're having that mixer. Before I ask you my final question, the mixer that Kate's organized is going to be a lot of fun. So I know you mentioned about she does protein snacks. So she's supplying the food. I'm going to supply the alcohol and the drinks. But it is April 23rd at the E-Town location from 6 to 8. And you don't have to be like independent contractor or entrepreneur. Just if you're a member, come out and meet other members because we all have stuff that we can relate to. And I always say, I know a guy that does everything, right? So I have friends who are like, you know a guy for this? I'm like, yeah. They're like, man, you know a guy for everything. I'm like, I do because they're all members. Inside our 3 locations, man, we have somebody that does HVAC. We have somebody that does real estate. We have somebody that does cleaning. We have somebody that walks dogs. We have somebody that does everything. And if you can't find your help by one of our members, and we're all in it, the fitness side of things, that's how we're going to know each other. Yeah. We're going to take care of each other,
Yeah, tapping into that's amazing. So, I mean, it would actually be really cool to put together some kind of New York fitness like maybe Facebook feed so everyone can input what they
What they're
do.
doing. Yeah.
And then there's all communications. Hey man, I like a group.
Yeah, network.
Say, hey, I'm looking like, hey,
Yeah.
does anybody do this?
I need a roof. I need a
Yep.
roof put on. Boom.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. I'm going
That's
to do
a good
that.
idea, yeah.
I'm going to do it. So we'll do a New York Fitness networking. Alex is running the website now. One of these days, Alex will be over here so people can see who he is. He's running our website now. Well, and he's just a young dude that's smart as can be, and he's taken the initiative. Like, I hated my website since I've had it probably.
Yeah.
Alex, out of nowhere, didn't tell me he's doing it. He designed a new website. And he's like, what do you think about this? And I was
Wow.
like, dude, that's freaking great. I hate my website. He didn't know I hated the website. But he showed, I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
That's because he looked at it and said, I know he hates his website.
Yeah, he's like, it sucks. It did suck. It did suck. So Alex took that upon him. So we can put something on the website for New York networking, and people can just somehow put their information, whether it's HVAC or roofing or whatever the case might be. We have someone for everything that you need done in the world. All right. On this note, because we'll sit here all night.
Dude, I'll have a combo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
he might be my co-host. This would be good. This would be good. What how you follow us out when we go? We're going to go out to dinner and have some drinks and stuff. You can come with Alex.
That's great.
So the last thing, we have. I don't know how many years ago I put together just core values, right? Just trying to organize the company and make sure that everybody's kind of on the same page and mission. And one of the ones that really was important for me to have on there is QTE, which is quality through excellence. When I say that to you, and it could be in any aspect of your life, what does QTE, like, how does that sit with you? What does that mean? Quality through excellence.
Oh man, quality through excellence. I would say I almost have to relate this to my business.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, that's what my quality is. That's how I put quality out. And I don't ever take a deposit on any work we do unless it's a really major product.
Right.
So I really believe in what we do, and I think we have top-notch quality in our business. And we'll do an entire job and go, are you good? You're happy with everything. Now we'll take payment.
Yeah.
And if there's something wrong, I will eat crow on that. I will eat funds on that.
Yeah.
If we do something wrong, I have such high morals in business that I'll chew up my bottom line all day long to make sure that my job's right.
I love that because it's almost like going to a restaurant. You know what I mean? You get your food and it sucks. The restaurant is going to be like, hey, it's on us.
Yep.
We got it. Your job's a lot more than a dinner. You know what I mean? But that's huge because also that shows like just your reputation and your reviews are going to, if you screw I don't care who you are and what job you're doing, if you screw someone over nowadays, you might as well just dig a grave, because if you really did what these people are going to say you did and you don't stand behind your work, man, you might as well just go find another job. So I think that's huge what you're doing, and you stand behind, and I couldn't say it any better. That's quality through excellence.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Well, that's another episode here at Times Squared. Don Haines, if you guys are looking for HVAC, you say you do mainly just residential, right?
It's residential and
and
restaurants and stuff like that.
Okay, where do you guys service? What areas?
I would say it's Lancaster, York, Harrisburg.
Okay, there you go. If you're looking for HVAC, Don's your guy. Last name is Haines, Hanes. Hopefully you enjoyed our episode, and we will see you on the other side.